It's a peaceful evening. Sneha sits with her Mayama, eager to hear one of his cherished stories that blends wisdom and faith. Let's join them as the conversation unfolds.
Sneha, did you know that the amount of your faith can change how you see the world? Let me tell you a story about two people. Once there lived a learned brahmana, deeply absorbed in the study of scriptures, and a humble cobbler, who spent his days mending shoes under the shade of a banyan tree. The brahmana prided himself on his vast knowledge, often engaging in debates and discussions about Krishna. The cobbler, on the other hand, knew little about the scriptures but had unwavering faith in the Lord.
That sounds interesting, Mama. But what connects these two?
One day Narada Muni, the sage who can travel anywhere, visited the earth. As he walked through a village, he met a proud brahmana sitting by the temple steps, surrounded by religious books. The brahmana stopped him and said, "Oh Narada, you're going to meet the Lord, aren't you? Please ask him this for me. When will I get my salvation?" Narada nodded. "I will ask," he replied. Later, under the shade of a massive banyan tree, Narada came across a cobbler sitting on the ground, mending shoes. Despite his simple life, the cobbler greeted Narada with folded hands and said, "Narada Muni, could you kindly ask Krishna when a lowly soul like me might come to him?" Narada smiled. "Of course I'll ask," he promised.
Both had the same question, but I'm guessing their answers were very different.
Exactly. Narada reached Vaikuntha and conveyed their requests to Krishna. The Lord smiled and said,
After leaving his current body, the cobbler shall come here to me, but the brahmana, he will remain on earth for many more births.
What? The cobbler gets to go to Krishna first? That's so unfair. The brahmana spent his whole life studying.
Narada thought so too, but Krishna added something else. He said,
If they ask what I was doing, tell them I was threading an elephant through the eye of a needle.
Threading an elephant? Surely that's impossible.
That's exactly what the Brahmana thought. Narada returned to earth and first went to the Brahmana, who eagerly asked, "Did you see the Lord? What was he doing?" Narada relayed Krishna's words. "Threading an elephant through a needle," Narada replied. The Brahmana scoffed.
What nonsense! I don't think you actually saw him.
But when Narada conveyed the same message to the cobbler, his reaction was entirely different. Hearing this, the cobbler's eyes filled with tears.
"Oh, my Lord is so powerful. He can do anything."
The cobbler exclaimed. Narada was intrigued. "Do you truly believe he can do that?" The cobbler smiled.
No, why not? I'm seeing daily. I'm sitting under this banyan tree, and there is big banyan fruit, and there are thousands of seeds, and I know that each seed is containing a big tree.
Why wouldn't he be able to thread an elephant through the eye of a needle?
The cobbler saw Krishna's power even in the impossible.
Yes, and his faith wasn't just blind belief, Sneha. Every day as he worked under the banyan tree, he marveled at Krishna's creation. He saw the Lord in the miracle of life itself, in the seed, the tree, and the vast sky. For him, Krishna's hand was everywhere.
And the brahmana?
The Brahmana, despite his knowledge, couldn't see beyond his own pride. He read the scriptures but missed their essence, humility and surrender to Krishna. His reliance on intellectualism kept him from recognizing Krishna's infinite power.
So Krishna favored the cobbler because of his humility?
Exactly. Krishna sees the sincerity of the heart, not the size of one's intellect. The cobbler's faith, rooted in his daily service and devotion, made him dear to Krishna. He could recognize Krishna's miracles in both the grand and the mundane.
It's a beautiful reminder to see Krishna in everything around us.
That's the key, Sneha. Krishna's wonders aren't just in the extraordinary, but in the everyday miracles. The rising sun, the gentle rain, even the food we eat. If we approach life with faith and humility, like the cobbler, we too can draw closer to Krishna. If you love this story, Sneha, why don't you share it with your friends? Let them know that true faith comes from the heart.
Hey friends, did you like this story? What do you think faith really means? Is it blind belief or is it something deeper? Please let me know in the comments.
And don't forget, like, share, and subscribe for more stories like this one. Who knows what amazing tales we'll uncover next time?